Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. You know, I gotta tell you, these intros, I feel like I lost the spirit of the absurdity in the intro when we were doing like the movie Barker and did I ever do a carnival one? I don't know if I did a carnival one, a step right up, step right up. I probably should have done a carnival one somewhere along the line if I didn't already. You see, I've already forgotten the majority of what I've done for these, but now I just kind of talk in these intros. So today, in the intro, in the spirit of the original intros, well, not the original intros, but like the intros that started happening like 50-ish episodes ago. In the spirit of the new intros, I've decided to do today's intro in the styling of the Beach Boys. So I don't know if you know this, but I was in the Beach Boys. Yeah, I'm one of them. And so I'm going to play my song by my band known as the Beach Boys. Don't come. God, I could not name a single Beach Boys song. Fuck. Why'd I pick the Beach Boys? Anyway, stay in character. My song from my hit album Pet Sounds. This is Monsters and How to Train Them. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, this video has been DMCA claimed. Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. I'm not going to sing. I'm going to claim it's because DMCA, but it's actually because I'm not ready for... I wasn't actually planning on going anywhere with that. And we're playing Fade today. Yeah. Remember when I did the intros like that and I didn't just say a name of a famous person and then go, let's talk about this. I don't know. What are the intros anymore? It doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters. I think that I just do whatever I want. Honestly, there's a piece of me deep down that's like, I spent 3 minutes on the intro just talking about whatever. That's not exactly good, is it? But then at the other end of the spectrum, I go, my video, my YouTube channel, like I can do whatever I want. I will say, good news if you're waiting on Hitman. I cut the VODs of Hitman today, so I should, or today, but for you yesterday. So I should have Hitman on its way sometime within the week. If you don't want to wait, you can go over to the Twitch channel and watch them. I split them up by episode, so you can see like story beat 1, story beat 2, etc., none of the bullshitting around. But if you want to just wait for it to be on YouTube, it'll be on YouTube sometime soonish. But yeah, other than that, hope you're doing well today. Today is Tuesday. It is Monday for myself, but I did that in the opposite order too. Anyway, yeah, Tuesday. Hope you're having a nice Tuesday. It's patch day in WoW if you play WoW. Looking forward to it. Excited to do something. I don't know what. We are against Double Barrel Daedalus, Ragefell, Chase Seraph, Molten Encasement, Titan's Gratitude, Resin Removal. We are Exile Melting, Exile Stygian. Let's take a look at which Fade we're playing with today. I'm gonna play Firelight. I feel like I've had enough people tell me that Firelight is really good for me to give Firelight more chances, right? I've gone through it a few different phases with Firelight. I went through the I don't want to play Firelight because I don't like her. I'm going through the, well, maybe she's really good. I'm not, right now, with Little Fade and myself, I think that Little Fade in general is a character that is really fun and really frustrating in these first 2 or 3 combats to me. And maybe playing bottom 4 is wrong here, I should say as well. But I find her frustrating because I think that when you... Just in general, outside of the endless Fade, there's a chance that we just go without reforming her for the next 2 rounds and then just lose, right? Or not necessarily just lose, but we take a lot of damage if that happens. And if that happens, it's very frustrating. Ideally, I draw a reform here and we're chilling. Yeah, you see? And in like a lot of cases, it's fine, basically. She's not actually, it's actually we're not chilling because these guys do still burn out. Interesting. I want to greed my HP here, so I'm going to. Because I think that with Foregone Power we'll kill this guy. Foregone Power and Train Stewards we're fine. It's like we typically shouldn't die in this combat. And we are fine. But we only took 2 damage. I just find that playstyle to be occasionally frustrating. Usually it's fine. Usually there's not a whole lot of complaining. But when you have those bad rounds, it feels pretty bad. I feel like this game in general suffers from that, though. Anything they could do to make the first 2 combats a little less annoying, I would like. So, the first thing that I think that I have come to the conclusion of, I was thinking it and then someone reinforced this idea. We want to pick a burnout extender for this fade. So we're going to pick Whiplash. I'm happy to take Offering Token as well. The units that we're going to play here are like, I like melting units here actually a little more than Stygian units, if you can believe it. I have no money, sadly. No money for multi-strike. Ah, it hurts. It hurts. So the last time I did this, I picked like not last time, but like we picked Wickless Tycoon and it did not go well. Wickless Tycoon without multi-strike is not good enough. I will take Paraffin Thug. I think that he is fine. We give him health, and then we look for multi-strike. God, it's so sad. If I had taken the trial, honestly, I should have taken the trial. With refracting lenses, we'll get that health back. We would have taken a lot, though. We would have taken 13. But if I had thought about it a little more, perhaps. I am probably... it's scary because we're going to take a lot here if this goes awry. It shouldn't, though. I don't play bottom floor, I think. I think I play mid floor so that we have a little time. I guess we'll see what the draw looks like. We want to get ourselves stabilized a bit before we just send it, but at the same time... Like, top floor I'm going to draw no cards per turn. Bottom floor I'm probably going to also draw no cards per turn, though. I think I play bottom floor. And... that way I can at least kill these 1-2s, because I'm worried about the draws getting so bogged down that I never hit Primitive Mold, although I guess that's going to be a problem regardless. And I should maybe just play Train Steward? I was thinking I would wait and try to play both Molten Encasements, but we're not going to live to see that. And then I can use Resin Removal to clear some spikes, so that it's not so bad on the Pyre at least. Right, this is where it gets kind of weird though. Because now I have to draw a Reform here, or Whiplash I guess. Yeah, this is where it gets kind of bad. The Spikes trial, by the way, is not the problem here. The problem is just this combat for us is a problem. This is good. Like, this is a really good Reform. 39. I'm not sure if we don't just die here. I think the Sinners are going to kill me. I wonder what you do to not take 1,000,000 here. Like, I don't think I quite die, but I take a lot. I think we come out of this barely alive. No, the Spikes is gonna kill me, isn't it? No, the Spikes wasn't the killer there. Huh. I guess I was supposed to play top floor? That's gotta be it, right? There's no way that Firelight Fade is just, oh, well, if you fight that combat, you just die, right? There's no way you just die to that combat. I don't know, man. It's like, you don't draw your Reforms and then you die, and I feel like combats 1 and 2. Like, when you get past Daedalus, you get out of control. But on the way there, sometimes you just eat it. Maybe I'm supposed to play top floor, though? I'm gonna keep playing Firelight. We'll try playing higher floors and seeing if it feels better. Jackstrips feels really good, too. I mean, Jackstrips fixes that last run entirely, also. But it's not like I skipped backline answers, I don't think. I just think I didn't see any. I'm gonna take it. It's a weird one, though. Like, it really feels strange. I want to like Firelight Fade as much as other people like Firelight Fade, but I really hate her. Like, every time I play her, I just have a fight like that, and I go, or like I have a draw like this, and I go, oh boy. I just drew 3 Primitive Molds without her dead. I guess I should have played her bottom floor. Didn't matter this time. What are you complaining about? Good question. I don't know. I want to like her. I really do. But she never feels good to me. The Frostbite is worth more. 12, 11, 10, yeah it is. Maybe if there weren't so many ways that your draws get messed up in these early combats too. That's fine, I guess. I mean, we would be in the same position where we're burning out here anyway. Like, regardless of fade or not fade, or like curses or not curses, we would be burning out, even if we reformed her every turn. So, again, I think we pick Purifying Cleanse here. Ideally, we draw into it as well. And Offering Token doesn't feel like in the last run it was just kind of whatever. Kind of messed me up a little bit, but at the same time I would have just drawn the card that I saw with it anyway, the Primitive Mold. So maybe I pick Flash Freeze. I'm gonna click on Flash Freeze. It's an out against a bad roll. No melting units this time. Multi-strike plus 25. Whatever unit they show me here. Whichever one. I think Siren of the Sea is fine. It's a question of maybe... No, I didn't take Draft, so yeah. Just take Siren of the Sea. I think she's fine. Guess I could just play this run without Little Fade, huh? But that's not right. That's not what we're doing here. We're playing to play Little Fade. I'm not gonna not take it. I don't want Unit Draft here because I don't think I need anything else. No, I should have maybe taken it. It's tough either way, I think. So let me try top 4 here. I don't understand the positioning ever. It feels like you're supposed to play lower because you want to have time to reform potentially, but at the same time, maybe it just doesn't matter. I'm gonna play mid 4 because it feels like it's right. And we're gonna start stacking Burnout with a Burnout Extender on her. Maybe it'll be fine. Interesting hand. I am once again missing the Collector. Don't worry, we'll get him eventually. Right, now that we have this buffer room too, where if I don't reform Fade on this turn it's not the end of the world, it feels a lot better. I will say that. It feels super awkward to me a lot of the time, that's all. I don't know what we're looking for or anything like that because I just don't have the experience, it feels like. I think we're just gonna duplicate and then go insane. 95% of Little Fade feels like getting off of the... Getting off? Why would I say getting off there? Use any other word, brain. Why would you say off? Feels like we're looking to get out of Talos and then we're chilling. Yeah, grab Whiplash. And nothing else because we want to try and get our reforms right. And I just duplicate this Siren and we go off. I would take none of these. I would take Hot Shark here, and that's it. You can have a spell from me. You can have Fatal Melting. The odds are that he turns it into something. I mean, if I don't play it, it's good. Or, rather, if it gets reserve gain 5 Pyre health, it's good because then I'm not playing it anyway. And if it gets to become free, it's good because it's free. Although if it spreads, it's kind of awkward, I guess. Right, so on this combat, I'm going to play top 4. Let me think about this. If it's 3 rounds of Burnout, they move up to here, it's 2, they move up to here, and you're at 1, and then right before you die, Fade extends it. I think Fade extends it to 3? I think that's right to play it here. Because sometimes, I guess, Talos pops up and kills Fade too. Oh god, I'm losing. Don't look, it's ugly. I mean, Talos has to come up to kill Fade as well, but I just shouldn't have put myself in this position. That Burnout should be on Fade right now. That's okay. We're in the thick of it now, so I'm pretty sure Talos goes top, right? Yeah, thank God. That would have been sad. We do get 130 damage there. Now I just reform Fade and we are fine. Like I said, from this position forward, once we get to start shaping our deck, I think it's pretty strong. We just gotta get there. Here it feels like we're getting there. Our primitive mold draws have not been atrocious, so feeling fine. And the incants aren't nothing to sneeze at either. Aren't nothing to sneeze at? They are nothing to sneeze at. They aren't bad. See, I didn't even tell you what time it is, but I'm sure by the way that the commentary is going, you can take a pretty good guess at what time of day it is. I'm confident that you could figure it out. Oh, they really just kill her. I guess they do 200 damage. She just pops. Yeah. Seems good. I mean, from here we just get out of control, I believe. But the last run is the run that I have with Little Fade, when I play Firelight and go, isn't this horrible? I have jackstrips, but Shark is good still. And we'll just take removals from here. We remove cards that aren't reform cards. Train Stewards are the first to go, and then we just make sure that we're always drawing reforms for Fade. Multi-strike again? Wow. Could have double multi-strike. I think it's better to have the health though. Clear out all the Train Stewards. I'm happy to do it. Probably get rid of Titan's Gratitude. I'm a little worried that Fade's gonna run into trouble dying. Like, I'm not gonna be able to have her dying as consistently as I need to, perhaps, as time goes on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's interesting how my relationship with Little Fade has changed over the course of this game being out, because initially, when I first picked her up and got to play with her, I went, oh, Little Fade? This character's fucking broken, right? She's nuts. And she was, I think. Nowadays, I'm a little more combative with her. Play Titan's Gratitude here, or I can Drip Fall. I guess it doesn't really matter. The Drip Fall's a little better, actually. Saves damage on the Siren. Saves 2 damage on Siren. For the same outcome. The Shark's a little awkward, I suppose. Oh, oops. Because Shark just makes it so that I don't always have the Sirens on the same burnout numbers, but I don't think that really matters. I could have incanted this at least once. I guess I still will. Yeah, fine. Anything else that I'm really looking for on this run, or are we just settled in here? I don't know if there's a whole lot else to do. I think from this position we just win. I'm pretty sure it's just smooth sailing from here, but this episode has that asterisk of like, it is smooth sailing and we're gonna snowball out of control, but we did just lose the first run, so, you know. Not all is as it seems, I would say. But from this position, we get out of control, of course. Although the burnout numbers aren't making me feel the most confident, I must say. We are at only 4. I guess it's 5 and 3? Huh. Like, I feel like these burnout numbers should be a little bit bigger. But there's no more cards we can see for burnout, right? Is there a card we can see for burnout from here? I don't think so. Sacred Wix is decent. It reforms. I click it. And if just reforming Firelight Fade with 2 multi-strike draw priority units that are good isn't enough, then we can start to reevaluate, right? That's the next step. If this run loses, we can evaluate why and figure out what to do from here. I think it's worth more Pyre health to hold that. Let him hold on to it. I am gonna follow the path here, though. I don't really want to have Titan's Gratitude in this deck. Just gonna follow the remove a bunch of cards lines. I like permafrosting a primitive mold also, just as a oh hey I missed. Maybe after 4-1 you go to magic shops to make the run more consistent? Maybe that's the secret. Maybe you go to magic shops to try and see permafrost or holdover to make yourself feel a little bit better. Not too worried about having the seal here. I wonder. I guess I should mention, I picked up Sacred Wix. I didn't talk about Subsuming Blade on this run. It's not bad. That's all that I really want to say. Being able to consistently kill Firelight Fade is an issue that I am concerned about, so picking up Subsuming Blade would not have been the worst of ideas. However, I did not do it. He does die, Sweet. I wasn't sure if that guy was gonna escape me. Also, 0 collector catches on this one. It's feeling a little bit tough. Guess I did freeze a card with foregone powers in the deck and I need to incant, but still. I think it's fine. We can also reform Shark if he dies, if I don't get Endless, which is interesting. Not necessarily good, but it's interesting. From here though, I should never have a turn where I don't draw my reform for Fade, and we should get to some, and we also draw into these burnout extenders a lot more consistently, so our burnout numbers become larger. So it is actually just a question of, do I die because Crystal Cloak outlives me, or outstealths me I should say. It's a tough one, not sure. I put Fade down here and we buy ourselves a little more time at the very least. I'm pretty sure it's fine. A little bit risky there. Ah, the burnout. The burnout. But with Fade, it should be fine, right? Yeah. I was right to be concerned, but not too concerned. They only needed 2 rounds. Probably would be better to be super stacking one of those Sirens with burnout than evenly distributing it. I'm thinking. I did say Subsuming Blade would be alright. I picked Sacred Wicks over it. Maybe I should grab Subsuming Blade here, though. It's nice to kill Fade early on. I'm not sure. I think I don't have a problem with Fade dying to Seraph the Patient, actually, so I'm gonna skip it. And I'll skip this. Wouldn't mind seeing a Stygian Tome somewhere along the line. Heaven's Gift, Fatal Melting. We're full Pyre health. Like, we are out of control snowballing, of course, from here. We're getting to see the absurdity, but I'm not convinced that we don't just drop to Arcus here. Even with Endless Shark, even with all of this, I'm not convinced that Arcus doesn't just kill me. It feels like the deck's really strong, but it always looms over me. The fact that we can have these 400 damage monsters that just drop from burnout randomly. I'm always worried. At least a little bit. It's fine. I am gonna take a curse here, but I am not too concerned. I'm gonna try just stacking all of my burnout on one unit here instead of splitting it and see where we end up. Make the one in front that's gonna die quickly anyway, the one that has the burnout. The lower burnout, I should say. I miss damage on Daedalus. Who are you? Not Daedalus. Arcus. I think it's worth it though. I could have dripfalled him, I should say. Yeah, we're gonna try focusing all of our burnout on the back one. Perhaps this is the secret strat that I am unaware of. I am lacking of the critical knowledge for. There is no way I don't draw a reform next turn, so I'm willing to take the risk. The series, I also don't need to draw a reform on this turn, because Fade's not dead. Great point. Keep the burnout rolling. I'll probably throw some at the other Siren, but currently I don't need to. You dead yet? Not yet. He is gonna die a lot quicker against Seraph, but it's not something that really concerns me, I guess. She doesn't even die. Yeah, okay, we crush Arcus. There was nothing to be afraid of. As it turns out, it's free. I do feel a little more confident in the stacking one specific Siren with burnout strategy. From this position moving forward, I am going to, like, the rest of the burnout that we generate goes onto this Siren. However, I think the strategy makes sense. Ultimately, I guess it doesn't matter. They just kill the shit out of him. He dies very quickly. That is a 4 that does somewhere in the range of 600 damage per round. That wins quickly. We'll see. I'm gonna end up feeding Seraph a lot of rally triggers, and there's not much I can do about that. I'm gonna take space, I think. I'm gonna take space. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the extra space. I should have thought about that a little bit sooner. I guess if you want to do something real, like, anticlimactic, I could make a third siren and then just spam incant instead. But I don't know if that wins. I don't know if that scales fast enough. And also, I'm looking at the numbers without considering the fact that Fate is about to spike again. We go to like 25 here, I think. I'm gonna grab the artifact. Oh, okay, we win for sure. That's like, yeah, okay, that's absurd. Okay. Yeah. It's like now all of the concerns are gone. There is no question. Leave that one. That's the high roll of the century. I can do whatever I want. I think that the best thing to duplicate is Wicklash. Maybe it's Purifying Cleanse. At this point, it doesn't matter. We are out of control now. I'm gonna take the spikes because we're gonna win, and I don't want to take a bunch of free pyre damage. Actually, maybe... Nah, we're fine. We'll play Shark. I guess space just lets me always set up however I want to. I don't know how I want to set up is the problem there. Uncertain. Miss another collector. I think I caught one collector on this run, if I'm remembering correctly. It's not great. Also put my sirens in the wrong order. It doesn't matter though. The burnout is no longer a problem. We high rolled like crazy. And we're just gonna win now. I do miss my next turn. I don't think that matters. I have a free primitive mold also, so. And fucking, I didn't even mention it, but we got Forever Flame somewhere along the line, which is also good. Makes our Endless Shark free. Yeah, numbers are big. I feel like I'm harping a lot on the first run, but I feel like it's all that there really is to think about left. I tend to just talk about whatever is worth thinking about in these episodes, and the only thing really left to think about is how do you stop yourself on... How do you get to this point, right? Because obviously you get to this point, you're going to win. We are absurdly strong now. But how do you not die in those early combats? That's the question that's going to be plaguing me. I feel like to answer that question, I need to sit down and play like 5 runs of Firelight Fade. Back to back to back to back. The big problem that I think is causing me to get worse over time, I should grab Cuddle Hex there, because I have the 1 extra space. The problem that's causing me to lose my skill at this game is definitely not streaming it. But also if I play this game for an extended period of time, I feel the touch of death creep in. When Last Divinity comes out though, I'll burn a bunch more runs, because I'm excited to play with Wormkin and fight the Divinity. I'll definitely stream some. What am I doing here? I'm just gonna removal. I could see myself dying to Patient Seraph. If there were ever a way to lose this run, it would be Patient Seraph. The secret strat's gonna be to utilize some drip falls, I believe. Rage 3 to all units every turn? Sure. It's not even that good, it's just kind of fun. Yeah, Purifying Cleanse, decent. Holdover target. I'm gonna do Dripfall, actually. I'm gonna grab Holdover Dripfall, just in case. It's like, this is a failsafe. I think I'm just gonna use Seraph the Patient as a... Like a thing to kill Fade for me every turn, but just in case I need to ever Dripfall, I'm gonna put this in. Good turn 1. I'm just going to take 15, and I don't think that it matters a ton. And we'll start stacking the backmost one. He has to come mid-floor here. Right, so this is where it can snowball to be bad, right here. This is what we want to be working against, and this is what we're going to work against by doing a drip fall. She does take 22, but that's a lot better than her dying. And we do 217 on turn 2? Oh my god. That's a lot of damage. Now this Siren is going to start eating melee weakness hits here and there, which is a little awkward. But there's no real suspense here, I don't believe. I'm gonna rally him, I don't care. Maybe this is overconfident and I will eat shit and die for it, but I doubt it. Just because if they do get, like if I lose this Siren here, I just reform her. She doesn't lose her stats or anything like that if she comes back. Right, also, I can start canceling Seraph. Wrong order for sure, but I can start canceling Seraph's turns if I so desire. Yeah, absolutely wrong order, but I don't have to ever have Seraph hit me outside of Relentless right now with the holdover Drip Ball, so we can just scale up however I want. I think I might just do that even. And then I will drip him back down because why not take the free damage on him here? How much is it? 590? Decent. God, he really, like, these are absurd looking runs when you get to this point though. Drip Ball him again, if you insist. I think that Primordium has the higher capacity for runs that look just absolutely ridiculous. Superfood Primordium does some dumb shit, but Firelight Fade also makes some pretty silly looking floors, I will say. And with this Drip Fall shit, we are just gonna basically kill Seraph. Drop you for another 200, 300 damage, yeah. Seraph's gonna die outside of Relentless almost. 1300 health. Feeling fine. I'm just gonna play Whiplash. Yeah, I think the Waxer Snuffer with Firelight Fade is strong. I'll let you know if this theory turns out to be true or not. You know, I guess it was a little closer than perhaps it may have seemed. Although I did just kind of like stop playing cards towards the end. Close. Very close. Maybe I will just spend some time off camera playing a little bit of Little Fade. Just like play a run 2, floor 3, and then end it and repeat, right? Because that's how I used to handle characters in clan combos. That was my new fastest run by 1 second. What the hell? How? This episode's 32 minutes. How is this how is this a 23-minute? Oh, because I lost. What? I lost the first run, and this was a 33-minute episode. Oh my god. That's right. All right. Well, new speedrunning world record, I guess. But no, when I would have a character that I didn't understand properly, I would just sit down and play like 5 or 6 runs of them on stream and go, hey, I'm gonna dedicate the next 3 hours to playing Reform Rector. But I don't do that anymore because I just play these for YouTube. It's interesting. I should sit down and play some Fade, but will I? We'll see. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.